What's going on, Jerome's? So we said at the offset of this offseason that this was going to be the most transformative offseason in team history, and you got to roll the dice sometimes. And if you're going to play in Texas, you got to have a fiddle in the band and roll them bones, baby. Bet big, win big. That thing. Scared money, don't make money. There you go. Roll them bones. And the Star Tribune, Ben Gessling, gave a lot of respect to Kwesi Adofo-Mensah for his offseason in a piece entitled How the Vikings Determined Justin Jefferson's Value and Set Themselves Up for the Future. I really got in depth into what Kwesi and the Vikings did this offseason. And yeah, you could say like, whoa, this could all not work out. Sure, it's fair. But I do think that the Vikings and especially Kwesi set this franchise up for their best chance for success moving forward. And the Per Persuasion put together some great quotes from the piece. Kwesi, quote, I walked into a team that I thought Kevin thought could win in year one, which they did, 13-4, want some more. But ultimately, we knew we had to get this. We had to get to this place. We're not patting ourselves on the back here. That's not how this is. We're happy with our plan, but plans don't get you far in this league. It's showing up here every day on the grass and getting better, and then me going in with my staff and trying to improve the team as best we can. End quote. So, like, they knew that they're walking into a veteran-laden team from the Spielman and Zimmer regime, and I felt like they did walk the best balancing act in terms of the competitive rebuild, where they're phasing out some of the older veterans and some of the bad contracts, getting in their own young guys, taking care of the dudes who are going to be part of this franchise moving forward. And if you think about the moves the Vikings made this offseason, so they let Kirk Cousins go to Atlanta, who then just took Michael Penix Jr. So the guy that they had in the building over the last 2 years, the first 2 years of their regime, basically just let him go, right? And I know that there's some criticisms like, well, why didn't you trade Kurt at the trade deadline? Well, before he got hurt, or last offseason, same thing with Danielle Hunter, and now you're hoping to get 1 third-round competitor pick for them. It is what it is, right? But also the fact that they decided to warehouse their void year dead cap hits this season, and the Vikings still have $27 million in cap space this year after the Jefferson extension, and still have $64 million in space next year on top of whatever rolls over from this year. I mean, the Vikings are set up pretty damn good. And I know Sam Darnold, draft bust, whatever. But first time he's surrounded by weapons, and yeah, the 1 year, $10 million deal, I think it's value. I think that Darnold's like the 28th highest paid quarterback in the league right meow. And also, I mean, there was a minor bidding war for him. It's very clear that stupid-ass Sean Payton wanted him in Denver, but Darnold chose the Vikings because he sees the culture that Kevin O'Connell and Kwesi have built here, and he sees the opportunity here with this offense to really jumpstart his career. And the Vikings, they did a fantastic job supplementing in free agency. Aaron Jones coming across the river, Jonathan Grenard, Andrew Van Ginkel helping to replace Danielle, the real deal Hunter, as well as Blake Cashman outside. How about that being a stalwart in the middle of that defense? Also, going from so here's what's going to happen. So I understand that Kirk Cousins, 36, coming off Achilles, big time money. Danielle Hunter is going to be 30 in October, and we've had some great times, Danielle, but age, scheme fit, money. It was time to move on. So basically, you replace them 1-for-1 with J.J. McCarthy, the first time the Vikings have taken a top 10 quarterback in franchise history. And also with Darnold, it's a spot where you can take your time with McCarthy. Like there isn't any, and also the fact that it was a small trade up, you didn't give up 3 first-round picks. You don't have that immediate pressure to, hey, let's start this guy now, as if the Vikings would have trade into the top 3 to get a Drake May or Jaden Daniels. They can take their time with McCarthy, and that's good. That's really, really good for the future. And Dallas Turner, Diamond Dallas Turner is just going to shock the world. I think that he's going to be phenomenal right out of the gate. And again, I will love Danielle Hunter forever, but I think dollar for dollar, pound for pound, I think Dallas Turner is going to be a fantastic replacement. And also, the rest of the draft class was pretty damn good as well. Love me some Kyrie Jackson. I didn't understand it at the time, but the way that getting to know Kyrie a little bit, as well as the way that Flores has explained it, makes sense. Rouse and Jurgens should contribute along the offensive line. Levi, Drake Rodriguez, senior sack will begin after things. Will Rock Herd hopefully will solve the Vikings kicking issues, and even guys like Gabe Murphy and Dwight McLaughlin can hopefully contribute as UDFAs. And of course, the coup de grace is signing Justin friggin' Jefferson, keeping your face of the franchise in the building for the highest. He's the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history in terms of average and also total guarantee. And besides Florio trying to start something from nothing, there was zero goose egg DeAndre Russell. There was no drama. There was no hard feelings. There was no grievances aired in public. That's unprecedented. Like, I feel like Kwesi and JJ's agents don't get enough credit for the smoothness of this mega transaction. Because you look at, Nick Bosa last year. They took that damn thing to the mat. Every single extension, it just seems like it's pulling teeth. But this one was pretty damn easy. And it bodes well for future contracts for the Vikings. Because, if JJ's contract can go smoothly, you think that hopefully Cam Beasley and Darisaw and other contracts down the line will do that. So, you got to give a lot of props to Kwesi. I understand that Kwesi deserves a lot of criticism. Lewisine, Kyle Hamilton, Andrew Booth Jr., etc. But I feel like Kwesi was absolutely cooking and getting after it this offseason. And I'm really excited to see what this team is going to be, because the Vikings were the youngest teams in the league. They're young at all the key spots, and I think that with O'Connell, they're going to grow and show, and not only have a top 10 offense, but they'll have a top 10 defensive floor that's going forward as well. They're going to surprise a lot of people. Now, over-under win 6.5, baloney, man. That's all. But your thoughts are thoughts. Star Tribune shows Kwesi Adofo-Mensah some love. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Once worth of work, put a little something in the Venmo. But next time, Skol, production value.